ladies and gentlemen? August 16th, I wanted to get one last little whiteboard session in before I hit the road to go to Mount Shasta today. And don't worry though, I mean, when I'm in Shasta, I will be uploading videos. I'll be doing quite a bit of live videos actually, and I do plan, Wi-Fi permitting, when I present, which will be at noon on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I plan to just live stream my whole presentation. So check back in at noon, Mount Shasta time, that's Pacific Standard Time, on those days. But before I get into just talking a bunch of shit about the mainstream media, science, and technology disclosures that they've all been reporting on, I just wanted to say big ol' thank you to every viewer like you, because through your help, through just liking and subscribing, through sharing these videos, through helping on my Patreon and PayPal and using my Amazon links, and some of you who have even bought coaching sessions and wanted to support me that way, and while I, support you through sharing a lot of my knowledge with you, all of you guys have let me do this independently, and, I don't have to worry too much about all of the crackdown that's going on YouTube right now. So I just wanted to appreciate all of that. And now let's get into, so I just wanted to appreciate you guys for all of that. I plan to do this independent. So I just wanted to appreciate you guys for all of that. I'm going to do this independent the whole way. Screw the corporate man! And anyway, into the news stories for the day. I have a bunch on here, so I'm going to roll quick. First, cloaking and flying cars. So a bunch of news stories have been coming out in regards to basically invisibility technology. So Toyota actually just filed for a patent on June 17th, filed for the patent through the Patent and Trademark Office for a patent entitled Apparatuses and Methods for Making an Object Appear Transparent. Not only that, but we have another report that came out just within the last few days. Again, all of these are just within like the last week. I really need to just do these updates live. Well, I actually plan on doing it at some point in time, because it is difficult to fit all of this onto one whiteboard and all of this into one video. So anyway, we also had another news story come out saying that a new window glass switches from clear to opaque, so you'll never need curtains again. Now, on one hand, while they're basically disclosing a bunch of cloaking technology, we have a lot of news stories discussing flying cars. So we had Dubai moving one step closer to launching its flying taxi service. Volocopter, the German startup behind Dubai's upcoming autonomous aerial taxi, AAT service, sounds like something out of Star Wars, right? Just secured a $30 million in new funding. And at the very same time, DeLorean Aerospace is working on a flying car with a range of 120 miles. So, big disclosures coming out of the mainstream media. But, point being, remember, public technology, the stuff that they disclose in the mainstream, is decades behind what they really have in the black projects. So, imagine this stuff existing 60, 70, I should say not years ago, but 1960s, 1970s, right? Even, 50, 60 years ago, even so. So, flying taxi, and these flying cars, they're utilizing propellers, explosion-based technology, right? That's grandpa's technology. If we were to use some of the technologies that, locked away in the black projects that good old government has classified and deemed unworthy for the public domain, we have implosive, right? Implosive technology, the opposite of explosive, but we have implosive technology that lets stuff control gravity. We've had cloaking, right, in the black projects for decades. So just remember, everything they're telling us is old, right? That's just what they're letting show. Just scratch your head. Just speculate at the real technology that they've used the trillions of dollars in tax money and in Pentagon money and all that jazz, trillions of dollars and all the classified stuff. Just speculate. Just imagine what they could possibly have. And in my opinion, it's all coming our way very soon, as long as we continue disclosing it ourselves, right? Because we can't rely on the mainstream to do it for us. So as long as we continue disclosing ourselves and demand the truth, take action for it, we'll get disclosure ASAP. So there's a bunch of stuff on cloaking and flying cars. Next, I'm going to talk some crap about health and medicine, right? That's all I do in these videos, just take the mainstream media narrative and flip it on its head for you guys. It's what I love to do. Health and medicine, this article really kind of pissed me off, actually. It was a study done out of Yale, and remember, Yale is one of those lovely New World Order or deep state, just front universities that they use to push out a lot of their BS science and their mind control information, per se. Yale and Stanford, actually. Stanford's another big one, you know. Sorry, any of you Stanford or Yale grads, but I believe this study, the opaque window one, was out of Stanford. Yep, and then this study here, alternative cancer treatments more than double your risk of dying as compared to, quote, conventional, right? Because our cut, poison, burn medical system is exactly what we want as conventional. But Yale, you know, the mainstream, through the use of Yale, is putting out some really real BS about alternative cancer treatments. And let me tell you, right, again, the second presentation I'll do this weekend, so I get a half hour each day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The second one on Saturday, I'll talk to you guys about a little bit of health stuff. You'll be able to, you know, see me on the live stream present it. I'm going to present a lot of good information about alternative cancer treatments that have been suppressed. Not only that, but information on the holistic doctor deaths recently. But anyway, this is some BS, right? We have numerous alternative cancer treatments that have wonderful successes. Dr. Max Gerson, Dr. Brzezinski, Dr. Hoxie, Ren Case, Royal Rife, MMS, food-grade hydrogen peroxide, B17, I can keep going. So, there's that. And then we have a few, just some more BS, right? It's all BS on vaccines and GMOs. This article is saying that the HPV vaccine, there's a lot of quotes, right? I quote a lot because you have to. I got to let you know what's BS and what's not. The HPV vax presents 93% of cervical cancer cases. Not the truth. The Gardasil, or the HPV vaccine, is one of the most toxic. So really what they're trying to do is make the masses think they need it when they don't. And then this odd article, so it says plants have been hijacked to create a new vaccine and it could eradicate polio. Weird, because I thought, you know, according to pro-vax logic, polio was already eradicated. But apparently they need to hijack plants. In this case, they took the tobacco plant and took genes out of it and manufactured this new vaccine in the genes of the tobacco plant. Let me tell you, no matter what you hijack to make a vaccine, it's not going to be good for you because you're injecting foreign DNA, foreign substances, and in all cases, every single vaccine has heavy metal residue, nanoparticles, and most likely biowarfare agents, right? Ooh, good. I wasn't planning on talking about that on day 2, but maybe I might add that into my presentation real quick. And then lastly, GMO salmon are now for sale in Canada. So avoid the GMOs, reject the poison, and see critical research. See that video that I just did the other week on vaccine stuff if you need more information on it, right? If you need to arm yourself with a little more knowledge. And I have yet to do one on GMOs actually, but that'd be a good idea to do. And lastly, let's get into some space, history, and quantum stuff. So, first article, again, small whiteboard. I'll be getting a big one soon. I got 12 articles written on this, trying to fit as much as I can. This article that came out on the 10th, the moon kept its magnetic field far longer than anybody expected. So this is kind of puzzling scientists in that they got some weird readings they weren't expecting from basically a rock sample that was brought back by the Apollo 15 astronauts. And it had the evidence of a magnetic field that was far stronger than they thought. And very interesting, right? Because all of the whistleblowers we have coming out are saying that the moon isn't some big rock. There's been civilizations on it for a long time, even, you know, thousands if not millions of years. So very interesting article. Right, I put spaceship moon here. And then this ties into the next one. A new theory suggests we are the only technologically advanced civilization still around. So I have written here, partial disclosure BS. And this could very well be fitting into that whole psychological operation that I've explained before in what partial disclosure is very quickly. They are trying to wow us and dazzle us with all this new science, new technology, and cloaking and flying cars and, you know, all this other stuff. They're trying to wow us, but keep a lot of the deep, dark secrets hushed, right? Like a lot of the nefarious occult ritual practice of the elite. They're trying to make us think that artificial intelligence is this brand new thing, trying to merge man and machine. Not brand new, but magic new thing. And then, you know, still get us on the whole vaccine GMO train. So big, much more longer, broader story behind it, but that's the big thing, which is why it's so important to me that I do these science and technology, you know, videos so you guys can understand what's really going on in that world, you know, from a much more deeper understanding. So new theory suggests we are the only technologically advanced civilization. That's a bunch of BS. And then another story, quantum weirdness, right? Because science these days, when they don't understand something or their dots don't connect because they have a bunch of bad foundational theories over there, they just call it weirdness, quantum weirdness. But how many researchers have we had tell us that there's a basically field connecting us all, right? Rupert Sheldrake and his morphic field, Wildcock and his source field, we got the ether, we got the, you know, intelligent infinity and God, creator, source, oneness theories. So catch up, science. Come on. Understand a little universal law and bring your creator back to science and you'll find some answers. And then lastly, which could also, a story that could be used in that partial disclosure narrative that I mentioned, all the hidden volcanoes, you know, over 100 hidden volcanoes were found in Antarctica. So I mean, could they use this as a story to release information about ancient civilizations in Antarctica? Maybe. Or you know, they'll stumble upon it. They're setting us up to make us believe we're the only ones around, and then they'll stumble upon it. They'll go, oh, these hidden volcanoes, they went off, or there was caverns created by them that let us magically stumble upon some pyramids down in Antarctica or something, and then, you know, big partial disclosure psyop there. So, just speculating. Again, a lot of what I do here is speculating, but part of it's necessary, just guesstimating, what you could call it. But anyway, there's a bunch of stuff in regards to science and tech. Stay tuned for those live videos I'm doing later this week. Thank you all, and I'll be back. Peace.